Hello, today I would like to show you a project that I recently done. I was in a need of programming Bipolar PROM. This is a quite interesting and old device that you've got a memory chip that have fuses like tiny wire links inside, and you are applying a high current and you are blowing those links and you are permanently storing information. Because that's an obsolete tech, if you would like to buy a new programmer that support that old device, that old technology, it is extremely expensive. And I was looking for a solution. What can I do? What can I do to save some money? Program bipolar PROMs and don't break the bank. And that was answer. I buy a professional programmer that was used when the bipolar PROMs was popular. So that unit was extremely cheap in compared to modern device, and it's working with the bipolar PROMs and different vintage components. Very nice. This is a Sprint Plus 48, and that's how it looks like. I've got it off eBay, used one. It's using a parallel port, and forget about using any USB to parallel port adapters. That's because it needs a bi-directional connection, so you need to have a real hardware port. And this is the second problem, the power supply. It was not included, and it's using a mini DIN connection. And I was able to find a great website when someone provided a picture of the label from a power supply that was included with the pinout and information which kind of voltage goes where and at what current. So we can see that it's quite problematic because we've got a negative voltage, but I'm going to show you how easily, extremely easily, I rebuild that power supply from scratch, from zero. First of all, the plug is called a mini DIN, and you've got absolutely no problem in purchasing it today. I don't think that's that pin out. I purchased a different plugs with a different pinouts. That's what I'm doing. I'm buying like 10 different plugs when I'm paying for one shipping. But I've got that one, and that one is matching perfectly our device. Just like that. And the only thing more that we need is build a power supply. Since all the pins are labeled, we can take a look at the plug, we can locate the pin, and this is what I came up. I'm going to be using a pre-built, extremely nice power supplies from China that came in a modular way in different voltages and wattage ratings. But that's how I make a negative voltage. Basically, it is a positive voltage power supply, but with a switch rails. So you can see that 0 volts, this is our 0 volts rail, is actually a positive from that one power supply. And here is another power supply, and it's making our negative voltage. And the positive go from the positive and the negative rail go to our 0. So I tie the ground of the one power supply. The ground is not a very good way because there is not like a earth, but the reference point for the ground is the 0. So can you see the magic? Here is like a positive, and this is also positive, but we are going this to be our 0. We are tying the ground from the first one, and that's all. So how does it looks like in real life? So I've got this nice project box. I add the grommets for the wiring, the status LED, and the magic from the AliExpress. Ta-da! That's how it looks like. And those are absolutely amazing power supplies. As you can see, they are pre-built, very safe to use. They are encapsulated, most likely filled with some kind of putty, because they are like a solid brick. And we've got the AC input, we've got the output, they've got the CE markings. That looks like a genuine, I believe this is a genuine power supply. And you can see different wattage goes with a different size. So absolutely amazing thing. We are just wiring them according to the schematic. We are tying the AC side. As you can see, everything is nicely and safely done. Heat shrinking in those connectors, and go nicely into this project box. We've got the power supply up and running. As you can see, we've got the green LED. The programmer is connected to the power and to the computer. We've got a red LED, but we are not linked. So let's start the software. And I'm going to hit the establish connection, and we should see a green LED. And we are connecting, so the computer is talking to the programmer interface. And we've got a connection. And now we can try to do a self-check. Let me find where is the diagnostic. And let's run diagnostic. And let's see whether it's going to be working or not. And now we are doing self-check. As you can see, the LEDs are blinking. We are testing all components. And as you can see, we are passed. We are good to go. We are good to program. By following those simple steps, I was able to build my own power supply with, of course, little bit help from China, and we've got our device up and running. So if you need to build your own power supply with some weird voltages, those tiny integrated power supply are amazing choice. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you find it interesting. See you next time, and bye bye.